Hi guys, Blake here today, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina. It is some day of the week in December. It's a cold one. It is the first day of December. And it's about almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I showed up to bring some stuff to Ryan and decided to do one cast. So I'm wearing Phil's gear today because I was not dressed for a one cast episode. I've got a 3/32 ounce black and gray jig on, 3/32 specifically because I couldn't find the 16th that I was looking for. And we're starting just right above the boat ramp at River Bluff Estates. Colder weather, seems like they've cranked up the water just a little bit higher. Instead of running the 20 and 30 megawatts, now they're running 60 to 70 today. It looks like I'm gonna run 70 and 80 tomorrow. Typically, jig fishing can be pretty good in 2 units or less, and so this is just about a unit and a half. It's below freezing today. Oh, that's not good. This line needs to be changed. It is curly cueing. Okay. A little bit of a slight wind to add insult to injury for today's weather conditions. Didn't have anything on the first cast. I know that I'm already past it, but there we go. I believe this rod has 4-pound line on it. I'm not letting the jig sink quite as long as I normally would because this is a little bit heavier than I would normally use for this water flow. Lately on guide trips last week, definitely caught some jigging. Caught some on scuds and San Juan worms on the Provo rig, and doing just an old school drift rig with 2 flies, either an egg and a scud or San Juan and a scud. And that's just with your weight up above and then about 12 to 15 inches between your 2 flies. Yeah, I didn't turn the trolling motor on. Jig wise, black has been one of my go-to colors, and then sculpin and ginger. And we caught some on tri-olive this last week too. I believe this rod has 4-pound line on it, so that does help slow the jig down from sinking too quickly. Had a little bit of wintry mix first thing this morning. Nothing to accumulate, but did make the roads just a tad slick early this morning while it was coming down. And that's all last week. The jig fishing down below Fall Creek with the slower flow and a 25th ounce jig was pretty good every time we fished down here. Oh boy, oh boy, that was a big hit. Oh, that's a big fish. No! That was a good fish. I couldn't even tell if it looked like a brown. Whatever it was well over 20 inches. Man, should have checked the drag before we started. Things that I know all too well and still didn't do. My goodness. When it first hit, I thought I was snagged. Man. That fish was every bit at 22 or 23 inches. And I've got my boat. I'm drifting pretty close to dockside, so I'm kind of fishing that drop. Oh, there's a little bite. That little drop off going towards the channel over there at the bluff. I know I've caught a lot of fish out here, but it still sucks just as bad to lose a big one like that. Especially a big brown, which we haven't seen a whole lot of this year. I suppose I should have checked my hook too after that little pull. Could have easily bent the hook out too, with the drag being so tight. I brought some other jig colors with me, and I was just thinking about tying one on before I had that bite. Let's make sure our hook didn't get bent. Oh yeah, sure enough. Bent the hook out too. Man. You know it's a decent fish when they bend a size 6 jig hook like that. I think we're just gonna go to the Short Creek Flat today because, like I said, I was not prepared for this, and my feet are already freezing. bite there. This jig bite so far is definitely not as good as it's been this last week, but this is also a touch more water, about double or more than they've been running for the last 2 weeks. So right now I'm letting my jig sink for about 10 seconds. Over there in that channel it's deeper than 10 foot, but in this water speed that jig is definitely sinking faster than a foot per second. So the goal is always just try to get the jig right above the bottom. Especially when there's current running. It does change a little bit. First thing in the morning when the water's off, you can fish the jig higher in the water column. May have been my one shot at a fish for this episode. We're approaching the Short Creek flat here. Just about to Short Creek itself, the mouth. There's a bald eagle. I don't know if we're going to catch him on the camera or not. When it comes to some of the bigger trout I've caught on jigs, white, black and white, black and gray, anything that kind of imitates a bait fish tends to be something that targets a bigger fish more often. And as we roll up on the flat here, it's gonna, with this much water running, it'll be anywhere from 6 to 7 feet deep. So we won't let that jig sink down quite as long. I would change colors just to see if I could get a few more fish to bite here, but my fingertips are freezing. Sorry, Cody. Call you back. We're officially rolling up onto the flat now. Man, I wish I'd have landed that fish. Oh, really? This thing's bird nesting like it's got braid on it, and it doesn't. bad. Come over to this little eddy right at the end of these tree pile and see if we can at least get to know what a trout looks like today. Oh my goodness gracious. Maybe not. Maybe my rod's gonna bird nest on me and I'm just gonna have to call it a day. Sure, that phone ringer is super loud on that mic, so sorry about that. Okay. Well, I'm cold. We had our shot at a really nice fish, but didn't seem like any of the other ones wanted black and gray today. Just that big guy. We thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll see you again tomorrow.